Retinitis pigmentosa and vitiligo. Are they related? Let's go discuss it. Hey everyone, it's Matt. Welcome back to another Blindtobillionaire video. And today I'm going to be discussing retinitis pigmentosa and vitiligo. Are they related? Now, what is vitiligo? I'm holding my right hand up in front of me right now, and if you're able to see it, you can maybe see what's going on my hand. Otherwise, I'll describe it. It's basically the loss of pigmentation in your skin. So my right hand, I actually have vitiligo all over my body, essentially, but I'm just showing my hand right now, and basically my hand has these white spots, like white spots all over on my hands, and basically like from my middle knuckle on my hand all the way to my fingertips is completely white. I've just basically lost the pigment in my skin, and it cannot get tan. So I can be out in the sun as much as I want, and it will not tan at all. I have vitiligo all over my hands, my knees, my feet, elbows, basically all on my joints is where I have vitiligo. What else is interesting too is it related to retinitis pigmentosa? So by the name of both of these conditions, pigmentosa, retinitis pigmentosa, and vitiligo, both of them are pigmentation conditions. So you would have to think, or possibly think, are these two conditions related? Well, let's ask, before we get into it further, let's ask Siri for the actual definitions of both of these conditions, and we'll go from there. Hey Siri, what is the definition of retinitis pigmentosa?
Retinitis pigmentosa means a chronic hereditary eye disease characterized by black pigmentation and gradual degeneration of the retina.
Ah, okay. So retinitis pigmentosa, black pigmentation, and the progressive deterioration of vision. She said something like that. So that's interesting. Now let's ask for the definition of vitiligo and see what she says. Hey Siri, what is the definition of vitiligo?
Vitiligo means a condition in which the pigment is lost from areas of the skin, causing whitish patches, often with no clear cause.
Exactly. So the loss of pigmentation in the skin causing white patches for no apparent cause is essentially what she said. And that's exactly what it is. So although they are both pigmentation conditions, they are actually not related. It would seem that they should be, but they're not. I've talked to a few different doctors about this that I've seen, and like retina doctors when I've been seeing them, and ask if there's any correlation, and they say no, they are definitely not related. But what's interesting about it from my story, what's really interesting about my vitiligo and retinitis pigmentosa, my first vitiligo showed up on my knees, just a little white patches on my knees. And the reason I remember exactly when it showed up, because when I was in school, all the kids made fun of me about it, and it was a really tough time in my life. So I definitely remember those days because I was made fun of all the time. So I was actually in the 8th grade, and if I remember right, that's about the age of 14, roughly. Now what's interesting about that is I was actually diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa a year later when I was 15. So you would think, oh, maybe those two are related based on when I was diagnosed, you could say, with RP and when my vitiligo showed up on my body. But again, they're not related. So if you're someone with RP, don't worry, you're not all of a sudden going to get vitiligo all over your body. But another thing too, what's interesting about vitiligo and the research I've done, it sounds like in a lot of cases, vitiligo can potentially be caused by stress. So again, going back to my story, I was seeing symptoms from my RP. I don't remember the exact year or age. I would say probably around the age of like 10, 11, 12. We were definitely seeing symptoms then. So maybe over those next couple years, I was maybe a little bit stressed about it. And then that's when the vitiligo appeared around the age of 14. And then the actual official diagnosis of RP came at the age of 15. So maybe that had something to do with it. And then of course, over the many years after the age of 14 or so, when the vitiligo showed up, it spread all over, but it's actually been pretty stable for, I don't know, 15 years, 20, probably 15 years now. It's been stable, whereas it hasn't spread anymore. but it also hasn't gone away. So anyway, just a real quick video. I thought you might think this is interesting. So if you ever look at my hands and wonder why it's all white spotches and discoloration, it's because it's vitiligo. So anyway, hey, I want to give a shout out today to one of my good friends here on the channel, Juan from JC5 Productions. He is a filmmaker. He also has RP, and just like me, he also has vitiligo. So not many of us out there, but he's an awesome guy. We've been in contact for quite a while now, and he's actually one of the couple people who helped me with my iPhone right when I got it, helping me learn some of the basic gestures. So a huge shout out to Juan, and thank you for being such a great friend and being here. Otherwise, Happy New Year to all of you, and we hope you enjoyed the video. Leave any comments or questions down below, and we'll catch you again sometime soon. Thanks, everybody. See you soon.